The moonlight illuminated the empty road as the charter bus weaved its way back to the Washington Hotel in Tohoku. The majority of the students had fallen asleep from exhaustion. They had hiked around the Owu Mountains for the day as part of their exchange program to Japan. There were 4 American exchange students part of the program. Andy Kidder, born Andrew Peter Kidder, was a lean, white, 17-year-old male who looked like he just finished 8th grade. His hobbies included playing catch and coloring books. His favorite TV shows included Playhouse Disney and America's Next Top Model. He always tried to be a better person in all situations, but every man has a breaking point. A student at his school borrowed his eraser without his permission. That student left school early that day due to health reasons. Sean Litzer was large. He was a star football player for his school's team. He enjoyed being large. Though not as erratic as Andy, Sean had seen his fair share of trouble. A student unintentionally cut in front of him while he waited in line for his lunch. That student had psychological nightmares for the next month. Then there was Elias, the most mysterious of all the exchange students. Legend has it, someone insulted him on Facebook. The person's house mysteriously burned down the next day. He is the most silent of the group, yet at the same time he is the most loud. Finally, there was Paco. His real name is Francisco Covarrubias, but he lets his friends call him Paco. He grew up in a predominantly white suburb. His middle-class parents were supportive of his academic career and decided it would be a good idea to send him on a Japanese immersion trip for troubled teens. He was not troubled at all. Andy and Paco tried to stay awake, but they both gave in. Andy's head slid on Paco's shoulder, bolting both of them awake. "Whoa, dude," Paco laughed. "Oh, my bad," Andy replied coldly. They both fell back asleep. Andy's head slowly fell to Paco's shoulder again, but this time only Andy woke up. He looks at a sound asleep Paco and smiles and falls back to sleep on Paco's shoulder. 12:24 a.m., March 11, 2011. The bus arrives at the Washington Hotel. Cranky American students stagger out of the bus one by one, barely gripping onto their belongings as they enter the hotel lobby. "Konbawa," the hotel clerks greeted. The Americans try their hardest to be respectful. They only mumble an inaudible reply. The Americans head to the elevator and travel to the 3rd floor. Roommates Paco and Andy enter their room and collapse on their bed. Elias enters his room with Sean close behind. 9 a.m., March 11, 2011. The deafening ring from this telephone startled Sean and Elias awake. Elias began. "Good morning. This is your wake-up call." Elias hung up and collapsed back in bed. Finally, after 10 minutes lying in bed, Sean and Elias got out of bed and began their morning routine. The telephone in Paco and Andy's room rang and continued to ring. "What the?" Paco complained. The telephone continued ringing. Finally, Andy mustered up the courage to pick up the phone. "What?" Andy exploded. "Good morning, this is..." Andy slammed the phone. "Alright, we have to get up," Andy told Paco. "Fine." 9:48 a.m. All four American exchange students reached the lobby for their complimentary breakfast. "So how was your guys' sleep?" Takeshi Yamamoto, the director of the exchange program, asked the students. "It was good, except Andy kept trying to get into my bed," Paco said. Yamamoto laughed and Andy just smiled. "Wait, but it's true," Paco mumbled and looked at Andy. They made eye contact and Andy winked at a confused and disturbed Paco as he diverted his gaze. Andy kept staring.